Hello, this is Smarter Prepping with Uncle Mark, and I'm Uncle Mark. Today is Thursday, the 29th of February. You know, the 29th of February only shows up on our calendars once every 4 years. And some of my internet buddies was talking about what about somebody who was born, right? Born on February 29th. I don't have any children, but would got to thinking, I thought, well, if I had a child born on February 29th, then 3 out of 4 years, I would say, okay, day after the 28th is March 1st, 3 out of 4 years. So what I do, I'd celebrate the child's birthday, get the birthday cake and everything, 3 out of 4 years on March 1st. But I would explain, you know, each year, well, blah, 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 what I just said. And then every fourth year, my child would have birthday actually on 29th instead of March 1st. I say, well, sorry, the calendar doesn't have your birthday. Anyway, so today some of my internet buddies talked about that. They didn't explain, but that's what I would do if I had a child born on the 29th of February. But anyway, but today is Thursday, 29th of February, 2024, and the time is now not even 15 till 6. I usually do my videos a little bit later than this. Sometimes I do it around this time of day. Like the same outfit I had on yesterday. Thank you, Britannia, for the safety stripes. And hello, Terrell and Britannia. And hello, Terrell III. And hello, Isabella. And Gabriella. And hello, Olivia Diane. I still admire the way that whole thing looks. Nice. And I'm going to buy a new TV stand within a few months, in 2 or 3 months. I'm going to buy another cube unit for here within 2 or 3 months and move this handmade bookcase I built 40 years ago, move it over there where that reflecting vest is. Now, the reason big thing to talk about here. Remember, I recorded the idea that, look, I got everything, and not everything I need, but most of what I need for mac and cheese here in that tote. See, boxes of mac and cheese and tuna and chicken. And a few days ago, I made mac and cheese with tuna. Yay! Right? And then in this tote, I have most of the things I need to make veggie stew. And I believe it was just yesterday when I went ahead and made a nice batch of veggie stew. And I made a video showing all the seasonings. Yes. Ta-da! I think it was just yesterday I did that. Okay? And then in this tote, I have most of what I need for making chili. Right? Beef with no date. And other various chili beans and other beans. Because really you just need the beef, the beans, and some seasonings. You can throw into tomato paste. I don't have any of that. Diced tomatoes, I have some of that. Tomato soup would work. Okay? Now, I decided, well, I'm going to go gung-ho, even though I only have so many. I was inspired by this woman who's, what's her name again? And I forgot her name. I was going to get her name straight in my head. It's a woman from Kenya, a woman posting videos from Kenya. Anyway, she's emphasizing the idea of doing lots of cooking ahead. You know, she has 3 children. Or is it 4 children? Oh my gosh. Husband and children. So she's got to make big batches. So she fills up her freezer. But I figured, well, I could just do like this. You know, because I'm not worried about it going bad in my fridge. So here's my mac and cheese with tuna. Let's see it better like that. See? Mac and cheese with tuna. Like I said, I made that 3 days ago whenever I made it. I think it was just yesterday I made my nice veggie stew. Veggie stew, nice. Nice veggie stew. See? Got 3 quarts of that. Charging ahead, right? Now I'm going to make chili. Chili! I plan to do it with this. See? There's that beef that has no rest of use by date. That's beef which uses no seasoning, right? Little trivia point. Chili with no beans. I was already a middle-aged adult before I'd ever heard of chili with no beans. Let me rephrase what that actually is. Chili with no beans means chili seasoned beef. That's not, I'm just saying, I always felt like, look, chili is beef, chili powder, other seasonings, and beans. If it doesn't have beans, it's not chili. It's, anyway, I'm just saying, I call this beef with no seasoning. I call this beef with seasoning. That's what I call that. And look, I got another pouch. I got those clearance price nearby store. And so I'll throw that seasoning packet in and make sure I season up the beef. And this is chili with beans, which I call that chili. And more chili with beans, and more chili with beans. This one's interesting. You won't find this brand at your grocery store. It's called Project Preserve. Because it's nonprofit serving nonprofit. Which is supposed to serve hungry people. In other words, it's a place in Tennessee. It's a company in Tennessee. Oh my gosh. They call themselves what? Second Harvest Food Bank. And so this was produced and put in the can. That chili was cooked up and canned to be sent out to food banks. And I was sitting here in Kansas. I'm in Wichita, Kansas. So I'm presuming the people in Tennessee send some of their canned goods out to food banks all over the place. Some of it ended up here in Wichita, Kansas. Anyway, so that's very interesting. So all that, and then to that I'm going to add a little dash of iodized salt, just so you get the iodide, because it says iodide is a necessary nutrient, so I'll take this just anyway. Throw the garlic salt in just for fun. I got that garlic salt free. I normally would have garlic powder separate, but I have some garlic powder, but I figured I'll use the garlic salt. Just and I'll use my onion powder and there's my accent, right? And then I like to use vinegar and sugar and everything. Like I say, I looked it up, and that's sounded to counteract too much spiciness. I'm not worried so much about the spiciness. I just like the way it tastes when you go spicy, salty, and put vinegar and sugar in there. It just tastes good. And I say, I gotta go buy me some more vinegar. Oh, almost out of vinegar. So after this, I gotta go buy me more vinegar. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I got these out of the cabinet so you can see. Look, I think that'll fit in that and that. I think 2 or 3 quarts will fit in there, 1 quart there. So I think I'm going to squeeze it all in those 2 containers. Right? And these have the lid. You see how those lids are that snap in place. This one doesn't have a lid. Here's this. See, I stocked up on that slide cutter plastic wrap. This is one Reynolds brand slide cutter plastic wrap, but the slide cutter's awkward position. But anyway, those are great value. Anyway, I'll just cover it with that. Ta-da! So now you got the lowdown. Oh, we're at 8 minutes in, so I can give it up. Look at the pretty begonia plant. Oh, it's still daylight out. Yeah. Pretty begonia plant. So pretty. My tomatoes going to ripen up. Going to plant tomatoes pretty soon. Within the next 2 weeks, I'll be planting tomatoes, I think. Alrighty then. Admire that nice front room. Isn't that nice? That globe's up that way. And I can't get over how people hang pictures on the wall and hang, like that lady from Nigeria, she's hanging pictures on the wall. I can't get over how much I just really like having framed items, pictures, and other framed documents sitting in those cube units. Not hanging I don't like it on the wall. It's 2-dimensional. This is 3-dimensional. The world is 3-dimensional. Anyway. Okay. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Later, Tater.